I got a text, from Bill Haney. So they're seeing that been a rumor going around that basically Devin Haney was ducking Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson basically tweets saying, "Well, you knew I wasn't gonna take 25%." So, at the end of the day, I don't know really what to make of it, but it appears to me that what Shakur Stevenson is implying, along with Team Haney, that hey, that they did make an offer to Shakur Stevenson. Now, whether he decided to take it or not take it, that's on him. But listen, I've been around Devin enough, I've been around Bill enough to know that they're not ducking anybody. And of course, they'll fight anybody. That's one thing Devin has said in several interviews. He isn't about just making money and winning titles. He's about legacy. He want people, 15 years post boxing career, he want people to continue to talk about him. So he want to be among the all-time greats. So this notion that certain people were putting out that Shakur Stevenson had Devin Haney running scared isn't factual. Now, I want to say this to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, of course, you welcome to tell your side of the story, and of course, I'll see Shakur Stevenson eventually. If I'm not mistaken, Shakur Stevenson will be in attendance for Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I plan to be in Las Vegas the weekend of the fight, so I'm gonna hopefully run into Shakur Stevenson, and I'll give him a chance to tell his side of the story. I'm not gonna make clickbait videos saying it's official. Shakur Stevenson is in Devin Haney, because at the end of the day, you got to be professional when it comes to these type of things. So, but it appears that there is proof that Team Haney made an effort to make this fight happen. So, you know, there you have it. So, like I said before, I'm not taking sides, but it appears that there is some kind of proof. And based off the response that Shakur Stevenson sent out via social media, saying that, hey, you guys knew I wasn't going to take 25%. Now, that's up to them in negotiations to find, once again, to find some common ground. As I said before, I got to show some consistency. At the end of the day, Team Haney would, quote unquote, be the quote unquote A side. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to find some common ground. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell Shakur Stevenson how much money he should take. The same way I'm not going to do that with anybody else. I'm not going to tell Andy Ruiz how much he think he's worth going into a fight with Deontay Wilder. The same way I refuse to do it when a lot of the Errol Spence Fun Boys were making video after video trying to tell Terrence Crawford how much he should take. So that's basically my take on the whole thing. So, I'm just keeping it a buck. But now we have some kind of proof that Team Haney made a effort to at least try to, I would call it pre-negotiate a fight, because there's so much that go into negotiations when it comes down to these fights. There's so much behind the scenes. But basically Team Haney is saying, hey, we did try to make a offer to Shakur Stevenson at this time. So now we know that there was some kind of offer made to Shakur Stevenson. And once again, it's up to him whether he takes it or not. If he feels like he's worth more money, then that's his God-given right to feel like, hey, I'm not taking 25%. Now, from what I heard, when it comes to these fights, depending on what's going on, the minimum could be like 25%. So, as far as like what somebody is supposed to take, a minimum or a maximum, which there's really no cap on how much money you can take for a fight. I think to a certain degree there's a minimum when it comes to title fights. So that's just basically it. So, once again, Shakur is more than welcome to come on my outlet and let me hear his side of the story. But at the end of the day, this is what happens when you have fan extremists that just sit up there and run with a narrative versus doing actual research or talking to the actual people involved. Now, Bill Haney texted me himself and said, hey, there was an offer made to Shakur Stevenson. Now, it's up to him whether he takes it or, basically we go back to the drawing board, we go back to the table. I'm going to tell you guys from a realistic standpoint, and this is just my honest opinion. I don't think Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is going to happen, at least not anytime this year, because like I said before, I know what's going on with Team Haney. Once again, it's not my job to tell their personal business. If there was going to be any type of fight, in all likelihood, it probably would have to be maybe at a catch weight, or you talking about Shakur Stevenson going up in weight, because I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I think more than likely you might not. I'll say it's a big possibility that you're not gonna see Devin Haney at 135 anymore because of maybe difficulty making that weight. So like I said, I know something, not in liberty to say what it is, but there is proof that there was an offer made to Shakur Stevenson. So for the fanboys who want to put out this notion that Devin Haney didn't really want to fight, that's not fact. That's not fact. They'll fight anybody. When I say that Devin will fight anybody, he will fight anybody. He will not duck anybody. He's not going to run from anybody. But it has to make dollars. It has to make sense. So basically, I'm giving you guys the real of what's going on, because you got to understand, a lot of these content creators, they're messy. They like to come up with these catchy titles. Stuff like Shakur Stevenson is peeing on himself, running from Devin Haney, and all that kind of stuff. I don't do stuff like that. I'm gonna be truthful, and at the end of the day, how I title my videos is how I title my videos. So that's just basically it. I'm not gonna do the clickbait thing. I feel like I'm advanced in me doing this media stuff to where I don't have to do stuff like that. People gonna watch regardless. Now, some people, that's their niche, coming up with these crazy titles to get people interested and draw them in, and then a lot of times they don't be talking about nothing. But a guy like me that's really locked in, that's really out there in the field, I know more than what these clickbaiters be saying. At the end of the day, they got to push a narrative because they cater to a certain group of people. And once again, Shakur Stevenson is more than welcome to come on here and enlighten everybody and let people know what's going on. But I'm telling you, so far as Team Haney's end go, they did make some kind of offer to Shakur Stevenson in efforts to try to secure a fight sometime in the future. But like I said, as of right now, I think it's highly unlikely that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be happening anytime this year in 2023. In all likelihood, if that fight was to happen, it probably would happen sometime in 2024, because there's still some stuff that Shakur got to get done, and there's some stuff that Team Haney has to get done to figure out what is the next move they're gonna make. So I'm just giving you the real stuff. Like I said before, I'm not gonna sit up here and give you no catchy title and let you know what's going on. Basically, the tweet says, hey, you knew I wasn't going to take 25%. Whether they knew, thought, assumed, prayed, They saying, hey, we made an offer to you. So basically, as as I said earlier, Team Haney and them did their part. You can either take it or not accept it. So that's where we are right now. But I just wanted to give you guys an update of what's going on, because, like I said, I wanted to be, I wanted to be fair to Shakur Stevenson. I wasn't gonna get on here and say, "Oh, it's official. Shakur Stevenson is ducking, and he really don't want to fight." Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll leave that to those other, I'll leave that to those other cornballs on here who got to come up with catchy titles to get people to watch their videos. So once again, Shakur Stevenson is welcome to come on here and tell this side of the story. I know how to get in contact with Shakur Stevenson. It ain't really that difficult, but just wanted to give you guys an update of what was going on. So it appears that Team Haney did try to send Shakur Stevenson some kind of contract. So like I said before, Shakur may want more money, and I understand that. There is a saying, don't ever take the first offer thrown your way. That's why it's called a negotiation. Remember that. Anyway, I'm out.